Back to our dual battery setup in the Patrol 2.0. One thing I'm not happy with over my week of holidaying is this Kings battery monitor. Now, it works an absolute treat and it tells you everything, but you've got to click from 73% to what's coming out in voltages and amps. I like the amps. I like to see what's going in and out in amps. So at the moment it's 3.6 whatever amps pulling out of it, and then you get your watts. My brain doesn't work in watts real well, takes a bit to work it out. Amp hours 145, and 21 degrees the battery is, which is probably about right. Effectively 41 hours left on the battery, and brings it back to 73%. Now it works great, and I've set it up so that you can, probably won't see it with the camera glare, but you can see through the window. So even when the car's locked, and see the percentages and all that. I don't like having to click for all those buttons, and I really wanted Bluetooth. So I've gone and spent some more money, and we've bought the HardKorr battery monitor shunt. Now this is lithium compatible. The screen has more than one thing on it, so it's got a little picture of your battery. Haven't tried this yet, so we'll run you through it, the install, and trying this out. So yeah, you've got how much percentage is in your battery, it's got time remaining, it's got your amps in and out, your volts, and how many watts in and out right there on it. Plus it is, I think it's this one, it's got an app for your phone, so it's Bluetooth compatible, and you can hook it up to your phone and see what's going on through the phone while you're at camp, which I'm liking the idea of. So that's our plan today. We're gonna whip this fella out and put this fella in. Now as far as what's in the box, oh, my box is half apart. Bit of packaging. You've got, need more room, your LED screen. So that's your screen. I'm going to have to find somewhere for that and mount that. And then under here you've got more packaging. Nice and handy. Template for cutting out what you need to cut out for there. So that'll be good. Template. Got a little plate to go over the cover just to make it look prettier. I wouldn't have minded the screw holes, but yeah, why not? And then you've got your shunt, the most valuable part, obviously. This one bolts in differently too, so that's a bit different to what the Kings one is. It's a 500 amp hour shunt, continuous 350 though, so that's what we want. Packaging comes with the power wire for the shunt. Now according to the manual, you need to cut this as short as you can. Don't leave it long, so you just want it as short as you can. I'm guessing that's screws, they feel like screws. And then you've got the wire for the shunt to the controller, and a couple of bolts, well, one bolt and a little bit of a and a little rubber piece there too. That's our next job, is fitting all this up. We've got to pull that one out and change it all over. Got this off, and I reckon we just cut that out to fit in there. What do you reckon? That should be alright, I think. So we'll need this little fella to get our cutout, and Bob's your uncle. A bit of help from these two. We've got a round hole into a big square hole, and I just dropped the battery monitor, which will now go in there. It's still a little bit of a tight fit, but I don't mind it. I think it'll work well, and that'll sit back where the round one was. Bit of fresh paint on this one, ready for the install of the new screen. And while we're waiting for that to dry, we'll pull this all apart and we got all the old stuff out. So that was our old setup. Going to give that to the old boy probably. And then we've just got to install the new one. New shunt is screwed onto the wall. I've screwed it so the bolts won't drop out, but you've got to lift them up to, well, I had to lift it up to get all of them on there because there's a few negatives. So I've plugged everything into that shunt, ready to go. It is screwed onto the wall, not moving. Everything but the negative from the battery. So we're just going to put that on last. Before we do that, we're going to plug this wiring system into the little display and have it nearly ready to mount. So that's where we're up to. Let's go and get that finished off, all painted up. Obviously just slip that in there, mount it up and screw it off. I'll come back to you when it's done. And there we have it, all mounted up. Little faceplate on, and we have everything else here ready, so let's start putting that together. Alright, just for now we'll plug the this in. Righto, all plugged in, and we just got to put the negative terminal on. Shunt is connected up and the screen works. Right, so we got the DC just running solar panels, and we are getting plus 6.95 amps. Nearly 7. So, and there she all is, screwed in place. It's got a heap of wire up behind there, but that's alright. Just to give you an idea on how to change the settings, guys, on this one, you click the settings button, which takes you through to this page, giving you all your settings that you've got, and if you click it again, it starts flashing red on the max voltage up there, and you can up and down it. And that's way too much. Now I've got to go all the way through. Oh. Back to 0. And do the same for each one. So you literally just click through, change the setting, and then it jumps to the next one. You just keep pressing across all the way through, and you set this up to your battery. So you know, you'll have a max voltage on your battery, you have a minimum voltage on your battery, you've got a full float voltage. Hit the settings button again, stops flashing red and goes to solid. So I like having the LCD on. I like to be able to look through the window and be able to see what I've got left in the battery, and press the back button. There we go. So it's pretty simple to operate, and you can do all these features on the app as well. So I'll show you how to set that up. Alright, so you search up HK, there it is because I just searched it, battery monitor, and it's this little fella here. All the blah blah blahs, if you want to blah blah blah. Anyway, let's install it and see if we can get it to work. I'll click back when I've got it going. And she's all installed. We'll open her up while using the app. Yeah. All these things. Allow. And I'm guessing this is us up the top here. And there she is. She tells me that it's at 100 amps, which is pretty much the same as thing, 6.56. So yeah, we can hit the settings button on the top right. Is it going to work? Yeah, there it is. And you can actually modify the capacity on here. So I probably could have done it here instead of doing it on the actual device. Modify all these bits. Capacity alarm. Oh, that's the low capacity. And if you press the synchronize button, it makes the unit beep and they synchronize together. So that's pretty cool. That's what I wanted, to be able to use that Bluetooth and to be able to connect up. Even when I'm not near the vehicle, I can check its capacity and see how it's going. Just to give you an idea, this is how far away I am from the patrol. I am way back here at the other end of the house, on the fence. And if I click the synchronize button, it says synchronize successfully. So it still works from here, which is awesome. Other than me needing a haircut, that is in and working. We'll just need to give it some time to fully charge up. I'm happy at the moment with how it's running. We'll see how it goes. Give it a test. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed.